More than 2 million men and women have served in our military since 9/11. Now, many of them are transitioning back into civilian life. They're considering career options, writing resumes, starting businesses. ACP AdvisorNet can help. ACP AdvisorNet is a nonprofit online community where Americans can offer career advice to those who have served. Now we can serve those who've served us by helping them to find their next career. Visit acpadvisornet.org.
Hi, I'm Sarah Marsh with the Fayetteville City Council. I am public access, and so are you.
Sweet youth gone forever. What we're looking at today is a 62 drive-in, or what's left of the 62 drive-in. Many of us old-time residents remember the old entrance point here. You'd sit there, snuggle up with your girlfriend, get to the window, pay a couple dollars, then you drive right into the old drive-in, and oh my God, what's happened here? There's no screen. There's no other chintzy radio. The sound system is gone. Today behind me, or looking behind me, is the 62 drive-in. This is the 62 drive-in. Huge white screen. I know you can't see it, but if you've ever been to a drive-in, you can imagine in your mind. Beautiful white screen up there, a little playground in front of the screen. You got the little individual poles with the sound system on. Always sound like a cheap transistor radio. And don't forget the concession stand. Yes, sir, the concession stand. They sell those great greasy barbecue sandwiches. Cokes, about 107 ounces of Coke in one big cup. Right here is the old entrance. You drive up, pay a couple bucks. Who knows what movie's playing there? Probably Sorority Babes from the planet Bongu, and maybe a couple of John Agar features. Not to mention, I saw Airport 1975 here. Now that's a great drive-in movie. Yes, sir. Now, if you see over here, there's a hill over there. We're going to get that here. The nice thing about it, a lot of us used to actually, capitalism at its best is knowing how to thwart the economic forces in this country. So someone would park the car, and short of getting in the trunk or getting a free ride, what you do is walk right over the hill. Of course, there are a lot of little holes we all used to fall into, but it didn't matter, because once you made it to the safety of the car, it was well worth it. Oh, drive-in. It's a part of Americana that just won't exist anymore. The Grove Drive-in in Springdale. For a while it was being used as a swap shop. I think the Grove's been totally dismantled now. The 112 Drive-in is the last drive-in in this area. The 112 used to be the 71 that was on North College. Then it moved because Walmart wanted to build a store there. Ironically enough, this is going to be the site of a Walmart supercenter. That's what the Fayetteville economy needs, is a Walmart supercenter. That was tongue-in-cheek. Oh, the memories of the drive-in, the memories of the drive-in. I got engaged, by the way, in 1976 at the Grove Drive-in, Cheryl Ann Phillips. Haven't seen her for almost 20 years, but it was a nice engagement while it lasted. You'd come in, the screen would always be dark, but it didn't matter because you'd come and you'd bring your beer, bring your candy, bring your food, bring your lawn chair, sit in the back of the pickup truck, and just watch these great movies. The Planet of the Apes film festivals were great. Dirty Harry film festivals were great for drive-ins. Springdale was the home of a rather famous drive-in. It was called Tri-City. What the Springdale drive-in was the only outdoor porno theater I've ever seen. So you pay a couple bucks for a carload, get in and watch these real high-class porn flicks on a small screen. You pick up the sound on your AM radio. With the advent of the VCR, and to be able to rent movies, Tri-City bit the dust. One day it just wasn't there anymore. And the home VCR movies, you go down to Curry's or Movies to Go or anywhere, check out a movie, well, it precludes the need for a drive-in. I don't know. Do you think we've really gone beyond the need for a drive-in?
No.
That's right. Thank you, Lanny Anderson, my camera person. I think drive-ins are an important part of Americana. I think that drive-ins are being driven to extinction all too quickly. There's just something special about sitting in a car with someone, having your arm around them, or sitting with your family or sitting with your friends and just drinking a couple of those 200-ounce Cokes or Pepsis they used to sell at the drive-ins and the great greasy barbecue sandwiches. There's just something about that. The feeling of community and camaraderie at a drive-in. And all the necking. Let's not forget the necking. You can't do that indoor theater. I've tried. And it's just, when you think about drive-ins, you have these pleasant memories of youth. Your parents used to take you to the drive-in. It was Saturday night. Let's go to the drive-in. You don't have that sense of community in an indoor theater. You don't have the sense of community when you go down and rent Daughters of the Dust or Never Cry Wolf or Sorority Monsters from Planet of Vongu. You don't get this when you go to your video store. The drive-in was the great cultural leveler. And as you can see, this is what's happening. This is what's been happening to drive-ins across America for the last 15, 20 years. There was a phase for a while where drive-ins were used as churches. So when they weren't being used to show sleazy movies at night, churches were meeting at drive-ins. It's nice, it's sad. I just think that maybe what the world doesn't need is another Walmart. Maybe one or two drive-ins should just be left as museum pieces. Because once all drive-ins are gone, all you're going to see are pictures in encyclopedia. Somewhere in America, there should be at least one drive-in, maintained by the state as a museum. Have a couple 57 Chevys in the back, a couple waxwork figures, carrying drinks from the concession stand. I just think that we're losing a small, intimate part of ourselves when the last drive-in is covered over. When this area is covered with cement and concrete, maybe a year from now, and there's thousands of cars here looking for blue light specials, I don't think the cultural area will be enriched. I miss drive-ins. I miss the 62 drive-in. Missed the Grove drive-in where I got engaged. Missed the 71, which actually by now is the 112 drive-in. A lot of those old timers never could call it the 112. We always call it 71. Once the last drive-in is covered up, once the last drive-in is gone, it's a small part of America dies as well. I don't know. I have a lot of pleasant memories of drive-ins. Just sitting in the car with your friends, drinking a beer, drinking a Coke, watching a movie, talking to people, visiting people in other cars. The problem with America today is we're too insulated. All of our pleasures are solitary. It's kind of like an we have a cultural intellectual masturbation. We don't do things as a community anymore. We don't do things as a group. This is what we need. We need group activities. Drive-in, as cheap and cheesy as they were, was the ultimate group activity. We got together, we had friends, we all came together in just caravans of vehicles and came and watched movies at the drive-in. I'm just a little bit saddened by what I see here today. I mean, not enough to start crying, but I don't know. I guess it's the case of you had to have been there. You don't know, if you've never been to a drive-in, you don't know what I'm talking about. But a lot of people have been to drive-ins and really remember them. But when the last drive-in goes, all there'll be is a notation in the encyclopedia. World Book Encyclopedia, Encyclopedia Britannica. Drive-ins, where communities went en masse to watch movies, to be entertained, to be part of each other's lives. I just think we're losing touch with something basic in ourselves when the more solitary pleasures we embrace. I think somewhere in this country, every state, there needs to be a drive-in, somewhere where the old feelings can still be engendered. You go and sit with your friends and talk and laugh out loud. You can't do that in a regular movie. You can't do that in your house. People tell you to shut up. But you can do it at a drive-in. You can go and stand in line and buy those big 87-ounce Cokes. Drive-ins are part of America. I'm sorry to see them go. I hope you are too.
Hi, I'm Sarah Marsh with the Fayetteville City Council. I am public access, and so are you.
More than 2 million men and women have served in our military since 9/11. Now, many of them are transitioning back into civilian life. They're considering career options, writing resumes, starting businesses. ACP AdvisorNet can help. ACP AdvisorNet is a nonprofit online community where Americans can offer career advice to those who have served. Now we can serve those who served us by helping them to find their next career. Visit acpadvisornet.org.
Gather round and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. Boom! The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the 1%er and his wife, the movie star, the man of science, Marianne, here on Gilligan's Island. So here's the story of our castaways. They're here for a long, long time. They'll have to... What? They're still there? Oh, this is stupid. Flint, you told me if I came in this week I could do Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm leaving, and I'm taking my chair with me.
And this poem is called Aubergine. The ball bounces. His large hand pushes the ball down, and it springs back to slap his palm as if connected by elastic. He thinks his skin is beautiful. Smooth and fine-grained, it is black, the color of turtle beans and plums. He imagines it is the essence of Africa, that his color resonates with the names Burundi, Botswana, Burkina Faso. Once a white woman he did not know ran her hands over his arms and whispered, Aubergine, Aubergine. She laughed, and he noticed that she had a silver tooth with a star in the center, and it glinted in the light when she smiled. He felt like he should take her like a dog from behind and leave a 20 up insolence. Not aubergine, never aubergine, but Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Namibia, where there are diamonds in the sand. The ball bounces. He sees his hand, large and strong, cover the ball. He thinks it is the earth. His Goliath hands holding the globe like a basketball. He sings aloud, I am the seed from the garden of kings. I am Africa. I am stronger than the world. He slaps the ball to pavement and in the fashion of a god hoists it into orbit.
I'll look at you. I'll look at you with all the eyes I've got. Eyes of love, eyes of lust, eyes of friendship, eyes of contentment, and eyes of curiosity. I'll drink in your curves under whatever colors they wear. I'll analyze, compare what shades look best. Where I find flesh, I'll study it hungrily, lay my eyes down along your body as if you were part of some magnificent banquet, and I could feast on you from among all the rest. Thanks.
This poem is from my book, Dreaming Over the Edge, based on a dream. Thank God he was a worm. Must have been a seizure shut down my mind. I come to on a stretcher. How far gone am I? Gone enough, I reckon. An oily medical student, lust on the brain, says, you can get this sickness from the wind between your legs that comes with each passerby. Real bad, he wants to be my next breeze. He wheels me into a vacant operating room, pokes and probes and slimes on me. I'd show him if I weren't so sick. A foul wind pushes on my backside. Trade me, girl, trade me. What you want? Codeine, Dilaudid, morphine? Trade me, girl. God saw to it that he was such a worm. Elsewise, I might still be nodding off in that operating room, wind flapping through my thighs.
This goes out to Cherry. I could only take this feeling, sell it to the world. I never have a need for money, and humanity would be without
Bagworms, the larval form of certain moths, they prey on juniper and cedar trees, fashioning protective individual silk bags, usually covered with plant debris. Okay, that's the end of the title. Now for the poem. They know it will never happen again, but she visits him and they pluck bagworms from the tree over his drive, watch them emerge through silken socks and rough outer clothes. She knows she will not tell him her dreams of him. He knows he will not reveal that he wants her to want him. She still hungers for the texture of his pitted teeth against her tongue. He remembers their first night when he wore his silk underwear. Damn bagworms, they chorus, throwing all they can find on the rocks. She watches him burn them, sees them shrivel and pop, make flames too hot to grow old. They know it will never happen again, but in the thoughts they hold between them, it has never stopped.
This goes out to Cherry. Coming to ya all the way. There's no better lover. What's it to ya? The people say. I don't need another. He don't, she don't, they won't even open up their eyes. It's gotta be right. Cold, cruel world we live in. They don't ever make mistakes. Can they be forgiven? He don't, she don't, they won't even open up their eyes. They gotta be right. Walk right, do right, be right. They won't even let you tonight. You got me now, I got you. There's no separation. What's it to ya? That's what we say. We don't ask for compensation. Never has there been someone to open up their eyes. We gotta be right. Walk right, talk right, do right, do me right. They might even let you tonight. It's gotta be right. It's gotta be right. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. It's got to be right.
More than 2 million men and women have served in our military since 9/11. Now, many of them are transitioning back into civilian life. They're considering career options, writing resumes, starting businesses. ACP AdvisorNet can help. ACP AdvisorNet is a nonprofit online community where Americans can offer career advice to those who have served. Now we can serve those who served us by helping them to find their next career. Visit acpadvisornet.org.
Politics in general and jobs that don't pay enough, 40-hour work weeks, books full of boring stuff, schools that should teach but kids don't learn a thing. These are a few of my least favorite things. Healthcare that won't heal and how people treat the earth, paying tolls and taxes, disbelief in self-worth, bitter cold winters that cut into spring. These are a few of my least favorite things. Religions that claim they're true, don't get me started. Standards that double and people cold-hearted. Judgment and bias when freedom don't ring. These are a few of my least favorite things. All the lying, all the killing. When I'm depressed and sad, I add that to all of my least favorite things, and then I feel really bad. Feel like Julie Andrews or something.